Gerardo here to talk about brand new movie that I keep wanting to call it No Escape for some reason. No one will save you from doing research. No one will save me, and no one has, because I did very little, because I didn't know about this movie until Mr. Nick came at me with this hot suggestion for the new Hulu. Dropping the originals, they did Prey, they did the new Hellraiser, and maybe this is a new cult classic in the making. Perhaps we will discuss.
I was told it was a mix between Signs, but like getting rid of half the bullshit in it. And I heard it's like Quiet Place, and I'm like, these are all buzzwords. So like most husbands, I sit there in bed and I'm like, hey, do you want to watch a trailer with me? I look over and my wife is like, yeah, sure. She doesn't use that voice. That's the voice I make up when she's not around. Anyway, so I show her the trailer and she's like, that looks way too scary. I'm not watching it. You enjoy that by yourself. My guilty pleasure is M. Night Shyamalan's Signs. Like, I loved Signs, but it's like such a creepy like tease throughout the film. Like what makes that movie not good is sometimes it just drags, and it's sometimes the buildup takes a little too long. This is like, we're not going to tease you at all. Like, we're going to give you full blown right out the gate. Like, some horror movies treat scenes like Jaws, where it's a build up. It does the opposite. It just has a quick payoff. But again, the payoff comes at almost like a cost, because you have, I don't know if it's spoiler-esque, but it's like, it's an inaudible movie. The movie is designed without dialogue, but it's not on purpose. It is on purpose, but it's like there's just no reason for dialogue. It's almost lost in the woods, and where you'll have like an inner dialogue, like 27 hours where he's just stuck under a rock for 27 hours, an hour and a half film of him making bad decisions and forgetting his knife. And anyway, like there's a huge geography to the space of this film. It's very large scale, but it throws you off because you have no conversation. You have a lot of like body language and grunts and screams and howls and slick squelching aliens. And I cannot say enough about how fun this movie was. What'd you think, Gerardo, man? I'm talking too much.
We have this opening scene of her kind of going through, trying to like practicing smiling, waving at people, and clearly she has no friends in this town, or everyone in this town is just like the worst people in the world, and they're just super mean. Personally, if it was like The Purge, where we're just like doing a home invasion, like, okay, home invasion with an alien, I'm sold. But like every time I kept trying to like go into like sad girl mode, I was like, I'm not buying it at all. Once I realized that we're, not gonna get as much exploration as I would have liked, I was like, okay, they're still ratcheting up the amount of alien stuff that we're getting, with all the effects as it kind of, brings in more of that invasion aspect. I was like, okay, there's tons of cool visuals. They're introducing more of the biological weirdness I would have liked, so they do go a little beyond just simple gray big-eyed alien. There's a couple of stages to their, how they invade and how they take control of Earth and the people. So that was really, really cool. It was just, as looking at the whole thing, like what was going through my head was like, this feels like a short film, where it's like, okay, here's the basics of the story, but because it's a 10-minute short film, we can't really dive into it. But we have a full 90 minutes here, so I was like, man, like I'm digging it. But it's like, with the 90 minutes, it's like, all right, if you shaved up some time from running here and all the lens flares that you want to get on camera, because there were so many lens flares, I was like, man, we could have just put in a little more of the writing. And again, going back into the credits of one Mr. Brian Doofy there. Yeah, I'm sorry. No disrespect. I have the worst memory in the world, but he has great credits. I mean, one of the best things that we saw during COVID, like you were saying, hidden gem. I still talk about the film to people. I'm like, oh man, you haven't seen Love and Monsters? Great film, underwater. So the writing is there in his other projects. So it's funny that you mentioned 127 hours to decapitate yourself in the one skill set that you're like good at. So many films in the blacklist, it's like, why would you do that? It's like, man, I'm gonna buy a Ferrari with no tires. It's like, but okay, it's a cool looking car, but it's like, I can't really take it anywhere. It's like the film visually has a lot going on, but we never really like got it rolling, in my opinion.
It's a fun movie. Again, like you go into it with the mindset of there's no dialogue, so don't worry about kids yelling, anything like that. You know, it is creepy. It is fun. It is a neat aliens movie. I'd say it lands at about 3.5 stars. 4 stars would be like, hey, buy it when it comes out on Steelbook. Maybe I don't know if it's 4 stars. So it's definitely good 3.5 stars. So
We, like you mentioned, we have that aliens movie coming out from Hulu, or is it a series? I forget what it is. Either way, I'm excited to watch it.
I think it landed on a movie. It's gonna be a movie. We'll find out. You know, Hulu's gonna surprise us with a trailer like 5 minutes before it comes out.
So this is just, you know, the appetizer. We're gonna get the entrees soon. But for us, the meal is finished. You know, pay your check, leave a tip, and you know, I mean, what's more than like a like? You know, we're not asking for $20, $10. You know, we're just asking for one like, maybe even a follow and a subscribe. So please, if you can do that, that'd be great. Mr. Nick, thank you. Gerardo, send us out with that Camp Counselor Amato.
Ring the bell. Show us the love. Blood, gut, spit, and ass. That's how we roll. Appreciate it. Until next time.